What is up, all of our friends and home fries out there? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are feeling well today.
We decided to strip out the HomeFree interview for those that didn't want to watch all of the vlog, even though I think that you are making a big mistake. We wanted to strip out just the interview for you to watch, so here you go.
But those of you who have not seen the full Memphis vlog, I highly recommend going and checking it out because there are all kinds of fun and shenanigans and our home fry meetup and barnacles and all kinds of stuff, right?
I chose to forget that part, but yes, yes, there's all of that he mentioned. And for our Patreons, we put a bunch of concert footage, including some really cool 360-degree footage that you can use your fingers, spin around, and make it feel like you were there at the concert with us.
Absolutely, yep. That 360 camera was actually attached to the top of my mirrorless camera when I was shooting the show. So you see a bunch of me putting the camera up to my eye and shooting, you know, whatever scenes and running around the venue. You get to watch that and move it all around and see the people in the seats, see whatever you want to see. So make sure you go check that out. I believe there's like 5 clips for the first 3 songs that we did. So go to our Patreon, check that out, and definitely check out the vlog. But, you know, some people just want the interview. Yeah. So here you go, you guys.
Enjoy.
Well, everybody, look who we got here. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to eat or anything like that yet. So we did bring you a snack.
Little snack.
You know, the way to our hearts.
Wait for it. I don't know.
We brought you guys something that y'all might find nice.
We thought we'd give that to Adam.
You want to pass that around?
That's a model that one.
Or you can give it to him for Satchmo.
I can actually eat.
So that's very specifically why we bought them.
Last week we just did the video of you having the dog biscuits.
The Milkbone.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but
thank you guys for bringing all the joy and everything to everybody. Really appreciate it. And got a couple questions for you guys if you want to start off.
Yeah, I've already said the whole thank you part off camera, but for on camera, there's a lot of joy that you give us every single week. For the past year that we've had the channel, you probably are the #1 thing that people look forward to the most, and you have the best fans. So just thank you for being you to foster such a great connection with people. It's been a real joy to learn, and I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And on the new album, right?
Yeah, Crazier Life.
What would probably be the most fun song on that album that you guys got to record or put together? What did you guys enjoy the most from that album?
That's a tough one. I mean, or two. I think I'm enjoying Wake Me Up the most right now. Yeah. Because we got to reimagine it a little bit, bring it a whole new life, obviously, by recording it on the album, but also it's different in the show, even than it is from the album, which is not always how we do that. So I'm really, like, Adam worked a lot on that arrangement for the live show, and I think it's really effective. It's super cool.
The bass leads have been fun for me to revisit, because now I get to trade off Adam Shanks over there.
So great.
Hell yeah. And are you guys already like brewing up original stuff for the next album? Always. Okay.
Already, there's never a break. There's never like a, hey, let's stop thinking for a minute and take a break and turn it off. It's always go, go, go on to the next thing.
Yeah, we've had wiser musicians than us tell us that as soon as you stop, everything just stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You just have to keep going.
And as a writer, you're always right. Your ear is always out for an interesting turn of phrase, you know, or something. Or, you know, you just have melodies driving on your head. So that's always happening.
On top of all that, we worked every year to like become more and more efficient at what we do. So our lives can be easier and we can never really burn ourselves out. Because when the pandemic rolled around, we were like, whoa, we were working harder than we should have there. And then our goal was to be able to continue doing what we love as efficiently as possible. So,
speaking of the pandemic, those videos were some of the most creative and clever. It was absolutely a joy to see the transitions.
Crazy.
Pick one. I mean, any of them. They're just so fun. And learning you all and seeing those, you know, we got all the recommendations. People are chiming in all the time on what to see. And it was just video after video was just amazing. Did you have input on any of the production aspects, or it was like, hey, Adam, this is what you need to do, and then you never saw it again until it was released?
We learned how to appreciate all the people that worked on our videos. Because we had to start doing everything ourselves, and we spent so many countless hours just trying to get lighting figured out.
There we
Yeah, no, literally.
like lights duct taped to the ceiling.
Yeah, just on FaceTime with our videographer, Jimmy Bass, who's brilliant. He's like, no, move the light 6 inches to the left, turn it up, turn the color up a little bit, change that, move. And it was very challenging, but absolutely worthwhile.
It's a testament to our video team
Big time.
more than anything.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they are always great when things are under normal circumstances, but then they had to kind of go above and beyond to make things look good for those circumstances.
They're as good as they can.
And yeah,
And to keep it engaging.
Yeah.
Right, with us all, you know, in our homes filming on our cell phones. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, especially during the pandemic, like all the credit goes to Jimmy Bates. He was the one that came up with all those concepts and made it look cohesive.
That's
And was very patient, guiding us through all of that.
So creative.
When you were talking about coming up with melodies and stuff like that, this was something that I wanted to ask at the Q&A, and I'm like, look, I just want other people to get their time. I know, Chance, you play guitar. When you guys are writing songs, do any of you write, and you play piano, right? Do you guys write your melodies on instruments, or is it always vocal in your mind?
I think we always write with instruments
For sure, you know, the melody's obviously free flowing, right? But for the most part, we're writing the vibe of the song, the chords, the structure. We're writing on our respective instruments.
Yeah.
And not just that, we demo it out with like full band instruments a lot of the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know I personally have like the Nashville session players, you know, like just play this like you would, like you're playing on all these hit records. Like bring what you bring from this, you know, instead of, you know, us trying to go straight from like song concept to a cappella, in which case we'd have to be like, all right, what kind of elements can we incorporate that a player might play? And instead of that, have the player play it.
For sure.
And then we'll figure out how to do our version of how they play it.
That's cool.
Seems like it works well for
Yeah,
you.
and I have a couple of questions about technical stuff, mixing, because I'm an audio engineer myself. One of the things that a lot of the home fries, all y'all, I'm asking, trust me, people have really loved some of the breakdowns that I do. Like I'll hear your drums and the mixing that Darren does. You're an alien. You're not from here.
He means that in the most loving,
tom
supportive
sounds are
way.
just ridiculous. But when it comes to you guys mixing the record, would you guys prefer to be in the studio, or no, not really? You just want Darren to just do what's best?
We trust Darren.
Yeah.
He's such a major part of our sound. We've evolved together over hundreds of songs with him, you know. He's so good at what he does. And he also is so good at taking our notes, like after his first draft.
Right.
And like if we think something should be different, there's a really good rapport there. So it's way better for the workflow for him to just do it. You know, we just make so much music. It works better that way for everybody. And again, he's so talented. Let him do what he does.
It's funny, just something that we probably never talked about much, but he is so obsessed with getting it right that before any of us have even heard it, we might have 3 different mixes in our inbox.
Yeah.
If a video makes sense to at night, I didn't listen to it. Because first thing next morning, we're going to get a new mix.
Oh, you know it that well.
Thinking about it. Yeah, it's like, gosh, I changed that.
But also, rarely are there any mixed notes from the 4 of us.
Okay.
It's mostly him being like, do this to the drums.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The
Okay.
drums. The
Well, the
drums.
thing is and I learned this way early on when I was working with Darren, it's just way more efficient if I grind it out at home, making all the drums, and then give him something that he doesn't have to spend a whole lot of time editing to do it. Because the more time you have to spend doing that stuff, the more your brain kind of gets washed over. For sure. Yeah. So I get real particular then of like trying to get certain sounds or whatever. But we've done this so many times that he knows what I like, what he likes. We got a good rapport going on how to make the drums sound when we want them to sound.
That's cool. And that kind of like segues me into another question about mixing and when you guys record, because you guys all live in different places. So clearly you guys record your own tracks at your house, right? And then send them to him. Do you guys put your own processing on that? Like, hey, I hear this, or you send them dry, completely dry?
I send them dry for our stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I've started producing some of my own stuff, and that I'll run through, you know, a preamp and a tube amp. But like if it's for Darren, I just give him a completely dry track to let him work his magic on that because he's so good at it.
That's awesome. When we first started home recording, we also got software that would allow him to run the session from his studio in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And
No
so,
latency, right?
Right. And sometimes you get a little bit, or you restart or whatever after a while. But you know, definitely some troubleshooting early on. But then once we figured it out, it was awesome. And it's not that dissimilar to being in the studio anyway, because you're in a vocal booth and he's in the tracking room, and you mostly communicate through the cans and the microphone. So we did that for a while, and then most of us learned enough to be able to kind of self-produce. I still have someone come over and engineer me. But what I did before I started doing it on my own was I had Darren dial in settings for like presets. So I have a bass setting, a lead setting, and a BGV setting. You know?
That's what I'm talking about. Darren, you're next, because I got some questions for you, man.
Oh my God.
I want to know about like the EQs he's using. Like, is
But
he
just
putting, like,
for background real quick,
1176s or-
audio engineer for like the Grammys, VMAs. So he's done big shows and he's like all audio things. So thank you for entertaining me.
I love all
You should
that.
just get the session.
You should do a session with
Just I feel like somebody. We should just send you whatever I said. Look at it.
See, it's on tape. It's on film. We got it.
I got Pro Tools, I got Logic, I got everything. So, and I've got waves, bundles. So if we can make that happen, that would be cool.
The next on collabs. So collaborations. This is from one of my home prize. This is from our home prize.
Hey, they're yours too.
Your home prize from Washington State about collaborations and how you go about them. If you have somebody in mind that you want to collab with, do you reach out to them? Do you have people coming to you? And how do you make that work? It's something that people are really curious about.
It's both of those things. It's literally both. The Kenny Rogers reached out to us.
Love that.
You know, so that was obviously, that's probably the greatest, you know, like, hey, I'd like to work with you, for sure. As soon as you want to, when can we make this happen, you know?
Yeah.
But a lot of those are the other way around, you know? So it's one of those things that we have great management and great agents who are able to help us facilitate a lot of those relationships. But then a lot of times we just bump into somebody at the Opry and we're like, hey, would you be interested in doing this with us? And a lot of times they're like, absolutely. And then if it works out, that's how it shakes.
That's the best way for it to go down.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because it's like, if it's your management talking to their management.
It feels just formal. Yeah.
And, you know, ultimately it's best too if they see what we do.
Right.
You know, because then they're like, oh, I get it. Yeah, I'll work there.
I'm so glad to hear that, because there's this woman named Holly Anderson, and she's been talking about how she wanted to be a feature on your record.
That's our mom, my mother.
I'm just being totally serious. She's like, wait, what? So, Rob, also, I wanted to touch on your operatic background,
That
because Ness
beautiful
and Dorma, like, I had no idea.
I
There's
think he
a
may
lot.
have cried, maybe.
I've cried at y'all's stuff a lot of times, especially Do You Hear What I Hear? Like, holy balls.
Oh my.
Do you have any, I'm just saying.
Let's get crazy.
Do you have any plans to do any more of that kind of stuff? We don't really hear that power like that in HomeFree. Not that it needs to be.
No, it's a completely different way of singing, and it's like way tougher.
Okay.
So it took like a month of prep before we did that song. People keep bringing it up, so like maybe in the future, but I don't have any like current.
Yeah.
Okay. You're and Fred doing it.
Yeah.
Look, we have a voice teacher, right? His name's Dave Stroud. He's our vocal coach. He helps us stay healthy and learn how to like sustain out here on the road. He's taught some of the most talented, most famous singers of the last 30 years. He's very, very talented. He has a computer process where you can sing into a microphone and you can look at the formants in your voice, like you can see like the waveform, I should say, what your voice looks like. And when I came in after he'd done a session with Rob, he was like, "Austin, I've been doing this for a long time. Rob has Pavarotti harmonics." He was like, "If you put Pavarotti's harmonics beside Rob's, like they're the same. They have 3 peaks right there.
God.
So perfect.
Cool.
Like he's the only person I've ever heard that's like actually got a voice that's close to Pavarotti." So
And I don't think he's that.
I know.
And it was funny, one of the reactions we just did last week was when you guys were rained out at whatever show.
Oh,
and then
Kearney, Missouri?
Kearney, yeah, and you guys brought everybody
So
underneath.
great. How great thou art.
How great thou art.
We're
Yeah.
writing to bootlegs now.
People come
people
to
dig
us in
deep.
droves and say,
They
do
send
this,
us-
do
yeah.
that. So we're just doing, I mean, we do 2 to 3 songs every Friday,
Wow.
guys.
Yeah.
So we're going through it all. But in that song, you were closest to the camera, and I heard that power come
So,
out, and I was like,
yeah.
yes, like you don't really hear it. So I love hearing that maybe there might be
Maybe.
something, I don't know.
And Tim, how
Don't
about
quote
you?
me.
like, what's your favorite song? I don't know if this is going to resonate with you. People say you release the dragon. Does that ring any bells when you go super low?
Like when you go sub-harmonic.
They say Tim releases the dragon. So I didn't know if that was a term you all created. So we're trying to take up.
I want to start. It's like we're getting
I'm gonna start whispering that in your ear each night right before you drop the line.
Sorry, Tim.
You start saying that, I'm gonna start referring to you as the next Operatic.
But see, you gotta roll the R, like release the Kraken, release the dragon, and then
Instead of saying drop the bass, Adam, you should say
Drop the
release
dragon.
Drop the dragon, even better. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song that when you release that dragon that you love to do, or is it really painful?
when do you love to release the dragon?
Yeah. There's a particular comment.
Adam's over here dying.
I didn't know it was that kind of show.
It's our first time here. We don't know. I mean,
I haven't been looking on stage.
Dragons to be released tonight. I don't know. I mean, maybe just the end of Ring of Fire.
Okay.
yeah. Yep, that low. All right, so 2 more real quick. We've got 2 more quick questions and then a lightning round if you guys can do it and anyone can answer. 1 question for you, Chance. The sea shanty, I can never say it.
I know, it's
Sea
so hard to
shanties.
say that. Mhm.
Where did that come from? I know you're in South Alabama, you're close to the Gulf, but
Yeah.
is that where your sea shanty love came from?
I think so. I grew up out on the Gulf. We would go, out on the weekends in the summer, just like out to the islands, barrier islands. I grew up around that kind of culture and stuff. My dad worked at the shipyards and stuff. But beyond that, it kind of evolved from just a love of old folk music, English, Irish, Scottish folk, and early Americana stuff, because they're like so related to one another. They're basically just folk of the sea, like seaboard music. So when that trend started, I've been made fun of for years for listening to sea shanties, which is a true story.
I really would.
But when that trend started, I was like, oh, I've got about 50 sea shanties that I could put in a medley. And they were like, well, maybe just a few. But
Super.
they let me, pick some of my favorites, and it worked out better than we had anticipated.
Ubisoft. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was like a
Amazing.
career highlight. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Go ahead.
All right, Adam. Now, if she magically
Oh, boy.
turned into the Lady of Pain, what would you do
I don't even know what that
to
means.
counter that?
What does that mean? You know what that means?
TND, technically, do.
We were just trying to figure out something that would stump you, and we hear that you're all D&D, and I'm like, what's the most
I'm so glad you don't know.
powerful?
I'm trying to think of what god is the Lady of Pain right now.
Well, what kind of spell does that do cast?
I don't know.
He's probably
We
trying to
don't
turn
know.
her into the Lady of Pain
Yeah.
right now. That's what
That
that
could be
is. He's got to check it out. Reddit was blowing up. I'm like, I don't know what any of this is.
Wow.
All right, so lightning
Fun one,
round.
Speed round.
Lightning round. Here we go.
Lightning round.
round.
Anybody can answer. It's not like you all have to.
No.
Okay, here we go. Tacos or pizza?
Tacos.
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 Pizza.
Pizza.
Yes.
All right.
Texting or talking?
Tasting.
Okay.
Scenario.
Amberly's
Depends on
over
the
there
scenario.
like,
You better call me.
what is your
Talking
answer?
is so much easier. I feel like I'm getting older, but like now I'm just like, call me, just call me. Just call me.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
0 degree winter or 90% humidity
humidity.
summer?
90% humidity summer.
Rob didn't answer.
0 degree winter.
Okay.
Yes. Favorite holiday?
Halloween.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Lightning.
Well, you get it. You don't hurry up.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Coming up. Memorial Day? No.
Memorial
You
Day.
don't know
May
the
the 4th.
favorite holiday?
May the 4th.
May the 4th.
Okay. Just throw a dart at a calendar.
That one. Oh, this guy.
All right. Favorite junk food?
That's dope.
Lay's potato chip.
What do we get at Bucky?
Regular old.
Ooh, bucket nuggets.
Yeah, and that'd be the habanero and the white cheddar from Bucky's.
Amen to that.
I mean, I guess if I had to choose one, it'd just be like chili con queso.
Okay. Solid choices.
I'll
all
take a
of them.
Snickers bar.
Yeah.
All right. 2 more. Star Wars or Top Gun?
Star Wars.
Star Wars again.
See, I told you
Star
Top Gun
Wars?
shouldn't be in there.
Like,
Star Wars.
I mean, we all especially love the new Top Gun.
It's amazing. I know. I'm curious. Star Wars or Lord of the Rings?
Ooh.
Star Wars.
Lord of the Rings.
I love Lord of the Rings.
I love it too.
Right?
Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker.
Rob said, you said Lord of the Rings. Yeah, love it. That's great. I think I would say Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
All right, last one, and then we won't keep you anymore.
I'm sorry in advance. I apologize in advance for this.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody understands what that means.
Okay, so what is the better sign language for barnacle penis? This or this?
I mean,
That's hard to
no, this is just
Please.
you spell barnacle, which I can't. You got a B-A-R-E barnacle.
Now, Tim said there's one.
Sign for that second word.
Yeah.
I think we're making
First we used stuff to do, Bart.
as much as we talked about it, I think we're starting a movement to actually have a symbol for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Please don't make it this. Please don't make it this. It's
You
the bane
guys,
of my existence.
we had a meetup with other home fries, and we took a picture with all of us, and on
Not
our
the
reactions, like, we come up, I'll be doing this, and she's like, get that out of my face, and like,
Is that going to be the jam? Yeah.
home fries love it.
Thank you for your patience.
All right. So this has been amazing. It's been a dream come true to meet these guys, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as well. I know you guys did. And so free. So free. We're gonna let these guys get out and get warmed up and go enjoy the show. And we will see you guys soon, my friends.
Hey.